Okay, so we are starting the We Survived the Eclipse 2024 Midweek Howl, the non-paranormal part of the From the Shadows podcast. Although surviving the eclipse sort of felt a little paranormal. What do you think, Holler?
You know, I called my mom in the middle of it because it was supposed to be going on, and I couldn't see anything was going on. So I called my mom because just outside Cape Girardeau, which is ground zero, and I said, "Hey, are you seeing anything?" And she said, "No, I'm about to go to physical therapy, and I just see a bunch of people on the side of the road." So I don't know.
I mean, did you have glasses? Did you have the glasses?
No, I walked out. I thought it was going to get dark.
Well, it did here. It got completely dark. Like, I think I sent the video to Nita. Nita put it up on all our social media. I sent her. She wanted me to send her some stuff, and Phil to send her some stuff because me and Phil were right in the center of it too.
Right.
And so we had like a little party. Like Christy and her mom, like they went and got like moon pies and sun chips and all this other stuff. We had like a little cookout, and it just happened to be my day off at the post office. So yeah, we sat on the back deck and those glasses, man. First of all,
so you had to have glasses to see it.
you had to have glasses to see it happening. Like the
Live.
moon going across the sun. But then here, when it finally got completely in front of the sun, you could take the glasses off and you could see, I think it was Jupiter just below the sun. And there was a couple other planets you could see in the sky, but it was really cool. The birds started like getting all restless and it was pretty dark. It dropped about 10 degrees. But what was amazing is that moon, either way, like if there's just a sliver of the sun, it just shows you the power of the sun. It was daylight, boom, broad daylight again, with just a sliver of that sun showing. And I mean, that just hammers home how important the sun really is. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, you had to have those glasses, and maybe if you guys weren't in the direct path, I mean, everybody was giving them away around here, the libraries, churches, and stuff. So,
Well, they give EBT cards away here, so and food stamps. I don't know about glasses, but
maybe they should give away glasses. So we survived the eclipse. It was kind of cool. The next time it's going to be like where I live will be in the direct path of the path of totality. I think it's like 2099. I don't think I'm going to be around to see the second one.
you don't know, man. You don't know.
But maybe.
I was. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I probably won't know what's going on if I am around. But go.
I was at a birthday party last week for my grandpa's last surviving brother, who it was his 84th birthday.
Okay.
The other day. 85th. I'm sorry, 85th. And I looked at my son and I said, "Can you believe that's going to be you in 70 years?"
Holy moly! No, did he take that in? And
he's like, "What year is that going to be?" And I said, "Well, if you do math, son, that's 94."
If you do math, in a kid that age, 15-year-old kid, they can't even comprehend that.
Yeah, which is why the high school's got all these BS algebra classes. So it really helps those ones that the frontal lobe's not developed right. When we were in kids, could you take algebra until you were like a junior or senior? Remember?
I took algebra when I was in 8th grade.
Well, there you go. You go. That shows it all. But you're out there in the super fun site where y'all got big brains, right, or something?
Yeah, we got milk straight from the cow.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
Now what I'm going to spring on you right now, and this normally would have led the episode if it wasn't for the eclipse, but this is the 200th episode of the Midweek Howl.
It just goes to show you how bored I am. I've been sick here the last couple of days.
Oh, really? You've been sick?
Uh-huh.
With nervousness?
I don't know. I don't know.
Episode?
I'm glad you didn't tell me that. I probably could have I would have called in sick. I don't know if it's allergies or cold or what. I had another uncle die last week, one I was real close with, and I told my wife yesterday. I said, I got sick like this with Jamie. That's my brother when Jamie died. So I don't know if it's some kind of like psychosomatic deal that every time somebody in my family dies, I got to get sick. Or maybe you're just around a lot of people when that happens.
Probably, maybe calling hours and funerals and stuff, and seeing a lot. Being exposed to a lot of stuff. I'm just telling you. I don't know. Who knows, right? That's interesting. But, well, I'm sorry that your uncle passed away. How old was he?
70. He turned 70 back in September.
That seems young for your family.
It is young for my family, especially when his uncle just had an 85th birthday the other day. Yeah. So, but, he was a non-drinker, non-smoker. So I don't think he pickled himself like some of the older relatives did.
What are you saying? I need to start pickling myself?
I'm just saying the guy that lived to be 85 was known to be around her, and he's the first person he'll tell you. And he's, telling you, looks like $1 million. He looks better than my dad, and my dad's going to be 74 or 5 this year. So my dad, his nephew's 10 years younger and looks 100 years older.
Wow. My uncle, who is the oldest living person on my mom's side, he's got to be 93, 94 maybe this year. We're having the 100th Huntsberger family reunion this year, and then they think it'll be the last one because people don't go to those family reunions like they used to. But he has been to probably 85 of them.
And how old is he?
He's going to be probably 94, 95. He's like 20 years older than my mom. He was he was in Korea when she was born. I don't think they were ever in the house together.
Isn't that crazy? There was a gal sitting at the table. We had all these people lined up. There was a gal sitting at the table, and I pointed to her and I said, I do not know you. And she said, well, I am such and such a daughter. I won't say her name, even though she's dead, so it don't much matter. But she said, I am older than two of my youngest aunts.
Yeah. Okay.
And I guess that's what happens. There's a picture of my grandma and her mother-in-law pregnant at the same time.
Oh, that's crazy.
Isn't it crazy to do that now? But think about it. When they got married when they're 18, 19 and start having these kids, well, their mother-in-law is only not 38, 39 or 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you have 11 or 12 of them, like my grandma had 13 and her mother-in-law had 11. So.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Well, yeah. So think about this. So think about 200 episodes of the midweek. I mean, we're approaching 500 episodes of together of both shows. That's a lot of stuff.
Did you ever think of how much money you could make if you did something productive with that much time?
No, I don't. Oh, okay. I don't want to think about it. Do you want to think about that?
No,
I don't want to think. I don't want to think. What else could I do? I'm not qualified for anything else.
Well, you could run for Congress then. In that case.
Maybe I could. I certainly could get the Republican nomination for president. So there you go.
I don't think you're going to get that one, buddy. I think they got that locked up.
I think I could get it the next time. I think I could outwit. I think I could out debate and outwit the. So
I don't think
saying
anything about that. I think it's got to do with other things. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to say it. It's got to do with other things. And as soon as people realize that, the better off they'll be. You know what I mean?
It has to.
I listened to Don Williams' song the other day on Instagram, because I watched, Eric Clapton play guitar. I watch a lot of guitar. You know how it works, right? Yeah, so it just pops up. And Don Williams popped up the other day, and he was singing some old song. It's got a line in it that said, it was good old boys like us or good old boys like me. They're all going to be what they're going to be, right? That's what the line says, something to that effect. You know what song I'm talking about?
That's a great
line. We're all going to be what we're going to be.
That's a great line.
And then you think about that, and it's true because people are just who they are, right? And whether it's good or bad or anything else, I don't know if I should say this or not because I'm going to do it again this weekend. I've got a little left over from my brother's estate. I got a lot. I've been helping my mother-in-law go through my father-in-law, her husband's stuff after 50 years, tools, and just I just can't imagine stuff people would collect if you've lived in the same house for 50 years, right?
Yes, I can imagine.
I probably got a stack of 19 shovels in my shed, and I'm not making that up. I've got at least 7 axes, double bit axes, half a dozen single bit axes, splitting mauls, because
that's crazy.
Yeah,
but that's every auction or yard sale I ever went to.
No, I've been going to this flea market. There's a free flea market down the not free, $6. The city park in the neighboring town here. You can set up. They have. I don't even know if the city runs it, but however it's regulated, it's got a real nice awning with bathrooms, and then a big parking lot, and it's got every 20 feet, it's got these little yellow anchors down in the ground that are flush, and you could rent that stall for $6 a day. Now, if you want to go underneath the awning, the pavilion, it's $10. And I was telling my wife I might go $10. I might spring for the under the shade one, so I don't have to set up my tent shade, So there's a neighboring big thing called Jacob's Cave, which is a big swap meet went on last week. So there's certain weekends that are high traffic. So I went out there and I sat on the side of the road at a flea market down here in the Ozarks for 2.5 day and a half. And Don Williams, when you talk about people are going to be who they're going to be, I've seen some beers now. I guarantee you. I've seen more than 2 hair-lip people at the same time, and one of them was in a wheelchair, which is the first time I've ever seen that.
Oh my gosh.
And they go into, I'll tell you how crazy it is. So I'm just going to throw this out here. I was selling a bunch of ammunition. My father-in-law was a hoarder of ammunition, and I had a bunch of ammunition out there. And you want to talk about grapes of wrath here. For your gun buyers out there, I had this old toothless woman walked up to me, and she was in a chair too. She was in a little wheelchair thing. What do they call them? Not mobility. Mobility deal. The mobility deal. Mobility deal with about 3 quilts over the top of her.
Oh gosh, what are those called? Those little rascals, like the little rascals or something. They call them rascals.
She said, "You ain't got any 380 shells?" And I said, "Do what?" She said, 380. You got some 380 shells? And I said, "Yeah, there's a whole box here. What do you want for them?" I said, "I had $20. I don't need the whole thing. You got any less?" And I said, "Well, there's a box here with some. It's been open, So I said, open it up and see what's in there. What do you want for it? It's about half full. What do you want for it? I said, $10. She said, I don't need $10. So she gave me $3. She said, I only need 7 bullets. I don't need 7 bullets. That's all my gun holds, 7. So what do you want for 7 bullets? And I said, I don't know, lady. What would you give me? I almost just give her the half a box or whatever, right? So she said, I'll give you $3. So she bought 7 bullets for $3.
So she turned around and probably sold them for.
I don't know what I thought she was going to put them in a gun and go wheel around and whack somebody. Because, you know what I'm saying? Come on, dude, you only need 7. Like if you only ask for 1, that's when you're scared because you think, well, they're going to kill themselves or something, right? I only need 1. So then the next day, I had a dude say, hey, how much for 4 shotgun shells?
Just 4? Like how many come in a box?
Just 4. But see, I had some partial boxes broke, and I had a ice cream tub, like a plastic gallon ice cream tub. And I had put a bunch of miscellaneous shells in there because I didn't know what else to do. And I thought, man, this is a low-running outfit. I can put them out on the table and people buy them, like single cigarettes instead of a whole pack, like when you're down in the ghetto. You know what I mean? They're selling singles. So sure enough, dude walks up, wants to know what I want for 4 shotgun shells. I said, which shell? I don't know. He said, I was down the cave swap meet. I just bought 2 shotguns and I want to make sure they work. And I said, then you only need 2. He goes, no, I'm going to shoot them twice. I'm going to shoot them, make sure they work, and then I can load them back. They're single shots, and then I can load them with the other 2.
See, it's why I don't mess with guns, because I don't want to hang out with people like that.
So I said $2. So he gave me $2 for 4 shotgun shells, and I just shook my head thinking, where am I at, man? This is I don't even know, man. I don't even know. And
You're
only
lucky
worse
they
than
didn't
that, they're
offer
going
a
back
trade
this
or
weekend.
something, you know? They're
Oh,
like,
these people they try to trade you and swap you stuff all the time for stupid stuff. But I'm like, I'm in the business of getting rid of shit. There was 4 things. I don't even know if people even want to hear this story. So we were over at their house, the in-laws' house, going through some of this stuff. And he had one of these, these little pull behind your Craftsman lawnmower aerators. It's like a set of spikes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he had 2 of them. He had this big plastic lawn thing that you fill with water, and it weighs it down and smooths your yard out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, roller.
And then he had 2 tillers, neither of which I could get started. One was a little baby tiller, and one was a little bit bigger. And my wife was like, I'm going to put it on Facebook. We're just going to get rid of that stuff. Because my mother-in-law said, just give it away or something. I'm never going to drag the yard. She's hiring somebody. Yeah, she hires somebody, pays, mows the grass now. She ain't going to do all that crap. So so she tried to put it on Facebook free. Well, you know how Marketplace is. You got 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I want it. I'm coming from Toledo. Can I get it? It's a 14-hour drive. Can you save it for me?
Coming from Toledo to get
I was making shit up, but some of them were coming 75 miles for that. And it's like they might as well have been in freaking Toledo. And anyway, none of them showed up. So I put that in my little trailer and I had it behind there. So I took a bunch of stuff to the dump. My wife was just like, well, just give it away. So you can't give it away because if you give it to them for free, it spooks them and they won't take it. Like what's wrong with it?
Like they think you stole it or something.
Or something's wrong with it, or you're screwing around, So
it's haunted. It's got a ghost with it.
Who knows? So I ended up getting $25 for 3 of the things. I had 2 of the things left. And guy walks by and I said, hey, he's asked me about it. And I said, well, $25. I said, for you, since it's you, it's $20. He said, you don't even know me. And I said, yeah, but I do now. So $20. And he looked very affluent. He didn't buy it. And he come back by and asked me some more questions about it. He said, well, I already got one. I only use it once a month or once a year, but yours looks so much better and blah, blah, blah. So I had some old people that had come by and looked at it the day before, like on Friday. So then Saturday they showed up and the guy goes, you still haven't sold that thing yet? And I said, no, just take it. Do what? I said, bring your truck over here and take it. You can have it. You're serious? I said, yeah. Well, I didn't bring the truck. I had the Mustang. And his wife says, run home, honey, and get the truck. And they ran home, got a brand new Chevrolet, like a 2024. And here we are dragging this damn shitty old free stuff across it.
Like he really needed free stuff. He drove the Mustang and had to go get the brand new pickup truck.
I don't even know where I was going at that point. Just I've been in a flea market giving stuff away and selling stuff, and what I've noticed is the people that usually buy stuff don't need it.
Nobody needs stuff. I mean, I don't know. There's just I walk into our storage areas and I'm like, well, what are we doing with all this stuff? Like, I don't know. Drives me crazy. But I guess somebody needs it. Is what it is.
I guess.
So did you get rid of everything then?
No, I'm going back this weekend. You can't get it. You never run out of stuff, man. After 50 years, you don't run out of stuff. Then plus my wife's getting rid of everything. She's trying to get rid of everything. So once these kids are out of the house, she can fly the coop, or if I drop dead on her, she don't have to worry about all this junk. I'll tell you what, there was a piece of, I went to my mother-in-law's, whatever day it was, the day after the big cleanup or whatever, and I was going to throw a box in her little roller thing that goes out to the curb, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I go down there, and it was completely full, because I told them, I'm not going to watch you, because they want to throw everything away. These gals want to throw everything away. So they don't even know what anything's of value or anything. And rolled up is this big old roll of leather. My father-in-law did leather stuff and things like that, So when my wife texted, so here's this thing of leather. So I take it out of the trash, put it in my pickup, go down there, put it in the box. I got $20 for it. So my wife was like, hey, she's texting me, hey, how's it? Is it going out there? You getting rid of this stuff? I said, yeah, in the top of the dumpster at your mom's, I seen a big roll of leather. I took it out and I got $20 for it. She said, well, Mom threw that away. I didn't see it in there. I don't throw good stuff away. Bullshit. You got to throw everything away.
Because she'd be like, what are we going to do with a roll of leather? Well, there's
Right.
somebody out there that makes stuff out of leather that would love
That's
to
exactly
have.
right. That's
That would
exactly
love
right.
to have that.
Uh-huh.
I would love to have that. I know, man.
I had a guy tell me about estate sales because I said something about junk, and he goes, "There's no junk at an auction. You know, they'll put 3 or 4 things that nobody wants in a box and sell it for $2. There's no trash at an auction," and I think it's true. I guess
It is. My dad used to be an auctioneer way back in the day, and here's the trick is some people will show up there early and they'll mill around, and they will start combining boxes of stuff together, and so that people won't know when this box of wrenches.
Oh yeah, totally.
This box of wrenches comes up, and they've snuck 2 or 3 things in there they really want, and then they buy the box of wrenches for $5, and they get a silver plated pocket knife and some valuable coins or something. I've seen people do that so many times. They're like, are you that big of a dirtbag? You got to combine stuff. And
it's funny you say it because I seen people at my table. I sit there and watch them, and they would literally open every single thing. A lot of it was brand new. I'm like, dude, I just saw you open that. No, it was already open. I finally, one guy, I said, bullshit, I just watched you open that, MFer. Because then he goes, well, this has been open. I said, yeah, you just opened it.
You just opened it. Oh, that's fantastic.
And then he walked away mad, and I thought, well, maybe I'm an ass. Maybe I shouldn't be this way to these people.
I think probably more people need to be called on that stupid stuff, and then they wouldn't get to the next level of stupidity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you mean? Start a podcast?
Yeah, that's right. That's the next level of stupidity. Well, the other, not only is there a 200 episode, but I think we should. It's been a year since Jason passed away.
Is it already?
And we're recording. Yes, we're recording this. Jason's been gone a year. I woke up this morning and I was like, I knew the date because it was Easter last year, and I think Easter was the 8th, right? I think it was. And
probably.
I sent his wife a message, and she said she's still messing around trying to get the right headstone.
It took us a year to get a headstone because they were so backward because of COVID.
Yeah, well, that's what she said. She said, it was the same kind of deal. It was taking her way longer than it should. So, yeah, it's hard. Me and the judge, we were just talking. We were at basketball this weekend, and we're just like, man, it's hard to believe. It actually seems like it's been for years. You know what I'm saying? It seems like a long time that he's been gone, but I don't know. Maybe it's because he was sick for so long and stuff. But it's kind of hit you. You sit there and you say your great uncle turned 85, and then you think barely made 50. So
what is it?
I don't know.
Is it heredity? DNA? I mean, what do you think it is? Which is
the secret. I don't think there is a secret. I think when it's over, it's over.
It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah. You got to do the best you can. And, when it's over, you better hope you did good because the rest of it may not be too great. I don't know. Or it may be awesome. Who knows? I don't know. No. But like I said, it kind of hit me and the judge, and we were just like, wow. I can't believe it's been a year, but like I said, it almost seems longer. So,
all right.
But speaking of basketball, so our buddy Todd, coaches one of our girls' AAU team. His daughter's in 7th grade, and she's a stud. She really is. Don't tell him I said. Well, she's a way better athlete than he ever was. But anyway, she's a stud. So they got a pretty good 7th grade travel team, And my high school team had played early Sunday morning, and I stuck around and for one of the judges' games for his 6th grade team. And so I'm heading home. I get home, and because I wanted to watch the Iowa South Carolina game.
Right.
And I get this message from a parent on the team of Todd's team, and he goes, now he's a basketball coach. His dad was my basketball coach, and he goes, oh boy, he goes, Todd needs some help. He's coaching against Ryan Day's daughter's team. So you know Ryan Day is Ohio State's coach, Ohio State's football coach, Ryan Day.
Okay, so he should know anything about basketball.
But he's not coaching. He's not coaching. Okay. But it's his daughter's team. And, you go to these tournaments in Columbus, and I think somebody saw A.J. Hawk this weekend too. So, we're for the last 10 years, there's ex-Ohio State professional athletes, live down there, and their kids play in the same tournaments as our kids.
Sure. Okay. Makes sense.
And I said, well, there's nothing I can do for him. So I'm not driving back down. And Todd said that because he just has hip replaced 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Todd did. So he said, I got to the school and I parked in the handicap spot. And he goes, and I see this really fancy Escalade driving around the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, here it's Ryan Day and his wife. And he goes, they're dropping off. He's looking for a place to park. And he just gives up. And his daughter comes running out and grabs something to eat. They must have brought her something to eat. And then they drove around and found a park. I said, Todd, here's the funny thing is, here's a guy, makes millions of dollars, is known all over the nation, whatever. And in that moment, his daughter ran out and said, oh my God, Dad, would you just give me my food?
Yeah.
And let me
get out of here.
In that instant, he's just like the rest of us, dealing with his
teenage daughter,
snotty teenage daughter, who's now embarrassed because her dad's driving around the parking lot. So, but yeah, so that I thought that was kind of funny. Todd said Coach Day and his wife kind of came in and just sat in a corner by themselves, and everybody kind of left him alone. He said he talked to him as he walked to the bathroom. He said something to him, and they talked, exchanged a little back and forth.
Pleasantries.
Yeah. He said he's a super nice guy, and he just is like, he just wants to be just like everybody else sitting there watching the game.
He does, but if you had offered him up close parking space, I bet he would have took it.
Absolutely. Hey,
as anybody would, right? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, Coach. As anybody would.
Hey, he may not have beat Michigan this year, but he's no dummy.
Well, that's right.
Until next time, never shy away from the darkness or what may be lurking in the shadows. We are out.